you, James. Can you give us an update on your health for this?
Yeah, no, the health's good. I've gone through the protocols to come back from the HIA, so a bit more training this week, and yeah, that's all going well.
The prospect of playing up here in Queensland, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to play before. Absolutely love it. A lot of my family is born and bred up here, so it's obviously a little bit warmer, but we absolutely love playing in the regional areas of the country. It makes you realise how big Australia is sometimes. The distance we travel, but to play up here in front of the locals up here, and there's a lot of passionate rugby fans. It's special to us as a group for sure. Yeah.
It's tipped to get around 30 degrees on Saturday. How do you think that might affect the match?
I think it'll be a fast match. Like the Argentinians, they play a really high tempo, quick ball sort of rugby game. So we like to do the same. So it sets up to be a really fast game. But yeah, obviously the conditions will be telling. There'll be a lot of hurt out there on the field, no doubt. Luckily for us, we're up here for the week, so we'll get used to that.
Yeah, off the back of that, how I guess is the squad feeling after the last month? A lot of travel involved, and obviously those two big games in South Africa.
Yeah, we've gained a lot of confidence. We knew coming off the back of the Lions series, going to Africa, playing against the world number one team was going to be a big ask, and I was extremely proud of how the group prepared really well for those games. I thought we trained really well, and that first game was one of the greatest wins for us in South Africa. So the improvement we've seen throughout the team throughout the year and also last year has been immense, and coming off the back of our preparation over there, we were able to play some really good rugby, and we didn't win the second game, but we had our opportunities to win that. And, we built a lot of confidence coming from there, and we're really excited to go again. Because one thing I do know is that the TRCs, it's hard to win. The 4 teams playing in this competition are pretty strong, so there's no easy games.
Absolutely. And you touched on it earlier about being back home, but also in regional Australia here in Townsville. I believe you played here in 21. What does it mean, I guess, to be back in North Queensland, and I guess giving the rugby experience to the people who are very used to rugby league?
Yeah. As I said earlier, it's great for us as a group to come up here. And did you play in 21?
The Reds.
Oh, I thought you played for the Reds. Yeah, we came up here just post-COVID, and it was an awesome atmosphere. We obviously had the double header back then as well, so we had the All Blacks and the Springboks playing as well, and we played the Argies, and it was just a great occasion, mate. We got out to the local clubs, and we got around Townsville, and it's obviously a great place to play rugby, but it's also a great place to visit as well, so we're really excited to be here.
Filipo, Argentina were really good in the air against the All Blacks last time out. How can the Wallabies counter that aerial threat?
We know they're good on that, specifically on that, not on that part. But for us, we just need to, be ourselves and to prepare. They're a good team. We saw last week how they beat New Zealand and even the Lions, and we know it's gonna be a tough team to beat. But for us as a group, we're going to prepare really well, and look forward to the game.
Great. And you re-signed with Rugby Australia earlier this year. Can you talk us through that decision and why you wanted to stay in the green and gold?
Yeah, so it was a tough decision for me, because for me to stay here in Australia where all my professional rugby start was a good, great for me to stay, and also for baby was on the way, so this was one of my main focus for me to stay. So yeah, I'm happy to be here again.
James, you're getting close to your 150th appearance for Australia. As you get closer to that milestone, how does it make you feel reflecting on that big career?
Yeah, it's obviously a possibility, but there's no guarantees to get there. I probably for the last kind of year, I've been just treating every game as the last one potentially. So, if I get there, I get there. But I think more importantly, what I've been more keen about and impressed by is just where this team's going, and the confidence we're kind of building within our four walls. And when I eventually finish up, that's probably when I'll look at the career in its entirely, and we'll cross that path when we get there.
On the other end of the spectrum, Ryan Lonergan's been included in the squad. What can he bring to the Wallabies?
I think just the way he's played for the Brumbies, over the last kind of 4 or 5 years, he's really grown as a halfback, and the way he leads the team around the field. He's obviously a little bit younger than I am, so he'll bring a lot more energy. But he's just a good man. He's well respected. He's a bit of a leader as well, so he's got that footy IQ naturally. So he knows what he's doing. He's just waiting for that opportunity.
What's the focus for the forward pack this week?
The focus for us is we're just going to worry about ourselves, making sure that we prepare really well. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but if you don't sort your own backyard out, it's you get found out pretty quickly in this competition. As Lippo said before, the Argentinians have beat the Lions this year and beat the All Blacks, so they're going really strong. They're a really class outfit. So we, as a forward pack, we've got to make sure that we prepare well and make sure that on Saturday we perform well.
Happy in the room?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. If there's any questions online, we've got time for a few more.
Yeah, I'll jump in first. Firstly, for Filipo, what's it kind of like to be back in the squad? I know you've been in and out a couple of times, and you've had a really solid year with the Reds, with the Blicky medal. How's the growth kind of been for you over this season? Because it feels like you're really playing some solid rugby at the moment, particularly under Les at the Reds.
So it's good to be back. Like I know I was in and out from the squad, but to be back here to this amazing group, I'm really proud, and I know I learn a lot from everyone, and I know we trust everyone. If you have a chance to play, everyone can do their job. So I'll be grateful to be back again. So yeah.
And then a second one for me for Slips. I know one thing you did do. You managed to get down to Bonn Uni to do the jersey presentation, and obviously they went on to win their first Hospital Cup yesterday. I know obviously you're down at the Brumbies, but born on the Gold Coast. What's it mean to see the Hospital Cup head down the highway back to the Gold Coast?
Well, it's been a long time coming. I just thought it was a phenomenal effort by the boys at Bond, and to be fair, they've been working really hard. They've had a bit of a slow start to the season, but the way the coach and the players got together and really drove home later in the season, got on a bit of a roll. To see them go all the way, in particular over Brothers, it was just a good outcome. And I know how much work those boys and those staff at that club put in, and it hasn't been just for this year. It's been for a couple of decades now. So I can only congratulate them as much as I can.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
I'll jump in if that's all right. Slips, just in terms of James O'Connor, he's been great since he's come back, but no doubt he's still probably ruining those missed late kicks in Cape Town. What have you made of his form, first of all, and what's been your message to him in terms of those late misses?
I haven't really given him any advice on the late misses. I'm probably not the player to be doing that. But I think Rab's coming in to this group has only added for us. We've clearly had a few injuries in that position throughout the year. We've lost Noah, Tommy, and now Dono as well at certain parts throughout the season. So Rabs has filled the shoes really well, and his career speaks for itself. He's been around for a long time. He's played across the world. So his experience has been really good for the group, and I think his composure and the way he leads the team around has only really helped us. So obviously he would love to have got those kicks, but knowing Rabs, he'll kick on from that for sure.
And just where the Rugby Championship's at the moment, after a couple of really good performances in South Africa, what sort of opportunity do you sense for this group that could be up for grabs in the coming weeks?
The opportunity for us is against Argentina, and they're well led by Montoya, and they're a team that's been preparing really well for the last couple of years. They were in the semi-finals at the World Cup, and as I said earlier, they beat the Lions, they beat the All Blacks. So they're a classy outfit, and the opportunity for us is to prepare well and try and knock them off, because one thing we do know, it's going to be a big ask, and we have full respect for them. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we play well.
Cool, thanks for that.
Slips, to get Alan back and for him to avoid a pretty long stint on the sidelines, how big of a boost is that for the group?
Yeah, it's massive. Like, having Al back in, it's kind of like that father figure for a lot of the boys in the team, and just to have him back in the team and voicing his opinion and leading by example at training is only going to help us. He's an incredible player, but an incredible person. So to have him back in there, a player of his calibre, will only help us for sure.
On Alan, he had a huge Super Rugby season at the Brumbies. Did you notice anything changed with him this year, or what led to his try scoring exploits?
His try scoring. We scored like 8 tries, but they're all like 1 metre. So I think he's just he's a powerful player. He's a big man, and you get a player that size close to the line, you'll 9 times out of 10 you'll get him over the line. So I think he's just one thing about Alan, he's a consistent player. So there's not the difference between his good games and his bad games. There's not much, and I always look at that as a real positive for any player.
Any further on my guys? Time for one more if there's anything that's been asked. Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Thank you.